I'm Matt Greaves, Marketing Manager at SWAT UK. Over the next few minutes, we'll be taking a closer look at SWAT UK's webinar platform and the benefits that online training can bring to your firm. Here at SWAT UK, we offer a huge program of over 150 webinars, and due to their huge popularity, we're putting on more and more each year. And it's easy to see why. Webinars are a fantastic way of getting up to speed with all the latest developments and developing your skills base without actually having to travel anywhere. So just think of all that time and expense you could save from reducing the amount of travelling that you do. So let's start by showing you what happens when you're due to attend a live webinar. So for the sake of argument, let's assume you're booked to attend a webinar that's running today, right now. By now you should have already received an email confirmation which will look something like this. Now it's always worth checking you've got this to hand at least a day or two before the webinar is due to run. Now this will confirm the course that you're booked to attend and the date and time at which it's running. It also provides you with an event password, and we'll need that in a moment or two. Your email confirmation will also include a copy of the course notes, which will be attached to the email itself. Now further down the email we have a hyperlink to actually join the webinar. So all we need to do is simply click that hyperlink and that will take us to a registration screen. On the right hand side here we're just going to be prompted to enter a few basic details, so first name, enter my first name and last name, and my email address. And we just need to enter an event password, which, as we just saw a moment ago, that's contained in your email confirmation. Now to save me retyping this, I'm just going to simply highlight the password and right click it and choose copy, and I'm going to go back to the registration screen and right click and paste. Now all we need to do is click the join now button. At this point it's probably worth mentioning that it's always good if you can use a reliable computer and internet connection, and where possible if you can use a wired connection as opposed to a wireless one, that will help too. So we're just going to click the join now button and that will take us into the webinar itself. So as you can see here we've got the main window which contains the slides for the course. Now you don't have to do anything with these, the lecturer will change these automatically as you progress through the course. On the top right hand side we'll be able to see a host name. In this case it's Nikki Gregory. Now Nikki is the person who is actually administering the webinar, so from a technical point of view, so she's making sure it's running okay, there are no sound issues, that kind of thing. There'll also be the name of a presenter, so the person actually lecturing the course. Now in terms of listening to the course, the sound will actually come through your computer speakers, so it's always worth making sure that your speakers are working before you join the live webinar. Now don't forget, this course is actually running live, so the lecturer is actually sitting somewhere in the country giving this presentation on their own computer, and this means you can ask them questions during the course and they'll be able to answer them. And you can do that through the chat box located on the right hand side in the middle. Now if we want to ask the presenter a question, so perhaps they covered a point in the course and we just want a bit more clarification about, we can simply enter our question here. So, hi, please can you just clarify that last point? When we click the send button, that will go straight through to the presenter. Now they may not answer it straight away, but they'll be able to see your question straight away and they'll respond to it as soon as they can. Now it may be you've got a question for the host, so in this case Nikki Gregory, so it may be you're having problems with the sound, or there may be some other technical problem that you've got, and you can ask the host that questions too. So, hi Nikki, having trouble hearing the course, please can you help? And again, once we click on the send button, that'll go straight through to the host, and he or she will be able to answer that question as soon as they can. Now all our live webinars are recorded, so if you can't make this live date, you can always order the recording. This has the added advantage that you can watch it at any time to suit you. It's probably worth mentioning at this point that the webinar recordings, in the webinar recordings you can't use the chat box, and that's kind of deactivated if you like. So that pretty much sums up how to join a webinar and what to expect when you join the course. But before we finish this video, I just want to leave you with a bit of a tip really. I'm going to tell you how you can access all of our webinars and webinar recordings for a fraction of the cost. And there are two ways of doing this. The first is to buy a block of credits. So we have a quick look on our website. All our courses and webinars are allocated a number of credits. Now credits can be used to book any of your staff onto any of our courses, and the more credits you buy, the cheaper they become, up to as much as 50% off. Plus, the great thing about credits is they're valid for 24 months, so that's a whole 2 years. So you don't even have to book any courses straight away. You could buy a block of credits now, for example, and then use them in, say, 6 months' time. So that's one of the options. The second option I quickly wanted to mention was our training subscriptions. Now, if you're thinking of attending a number of webinars throughout the year, a training subscription gives you unlimited access to all of our webinars for a fixed monthly cost per person. That means you could attend as many of our webinars and recordings as you like without paying anything extra. So the 2013 price is £26.50 per person per month. Now I should mention at this point, if you're thinking about using this for webinars, everyone in your firm has to join this training subscription. There are also a few other sort of conditions that apply, so if you're interested, the best advice is to give us a call and we can see if this will be the best option for you. In summary, if you'd like to find out any more about our webinar program or the cost-saving options I've just mentioned, feel free to call us on 0845 450 5555 and we'd be happy to discuss any of this with you.